Hello you guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a Sephora favorites. The Sephora sale is coming up and I wanted to do a full face of recommendation for you guys. So excited for this video. Let's jump right into it. So I literally prepared a basket full of makeup. Basically all of the products that I've been loving and I just would 100% recommend for you guys. The sale starts on the 4th of April, so what better timing than doing this video for you guys. Starting off with the eyes, I have no makeup on, just the lip oil, and I used this Say lip oil. I wouldn't say it's my favorite. It does the job, but the hydration doesn't really last. It does kind of seep into your mouth. Let's start off with the brows. I figured why not recommend two products of each category. So for the brows, I recommend these two brow products. This one is the Rare Beauty Brow Lamination Gel, and this one is the Anastasia Brow Freeze. Now, if I were to pick, I honestly recommend the Rare Beauty one because something about this formula, it's kind of hard to work with. So with this formula, it does take a longer time to dry, which it does give you time to work with your brows, but it does take too long to dry, so it just depends what brow gel you want. This one works instantly on your brows. Let me show you. So once you apply the product on your brows and you just brush them the way you want them to be, and you apply a generous or just a decent amount of product on your brows, you can push them down right away and they'll stay in place. So I just do a quick little brush on both sides. And while I let that dry, I just want to mention this, even though it does take longer to dry, it will stay put. So once your brows dry down, this will stay put the way you have them or the way you shape them. It does dry, but it's just a little bit of a harder product to work with. And while I feel it drying down, then I go right away and press them down, wait for a few seconds on the end. Just like that, and it stays put, and you can see the lift that it instantly gives. Doing the same on the other side. Just like that. It's one of my favorite brow gels. It works so well and it doesn't feel crunchy on your brows, and it stays like this all day and it just gives that nice fullness. So yeah, definitely recommend these two. It just depends what formula you want to work with. Okay, let's go in with the eyeshadow, and for eyeshadow base, you guys already know this is my absolute favorite. This is the Rare Beauty eyeshadow primer, and I love this one for eyeshadow. It just does the job at making your eyeshadow last. Now, depending on the category, if there's any extra product that I do recommend you guys, I will mention it. I just don't want to overwhelm you guys with too many products because I know that many people are giving like their recommendations. But just in case, if you're curious to know what I recommend, that's what this video is for. I like to set that down with the Kosas Cloud Set Powder. I love this powder to prep for eyeshadow, prep or set the under eyes. This is such a great versatile powder. And with the same brush, just setting that eyeshadow down, or the eyeshadow primer. Now for eyeshadow, I'm going to recommend two neutral eyeshadow palettes. I just feel like neutrals are good for every day, and maybe I'll just pop in a fun palette. So for the neutrals, I have these two palettes. I have the Makeup by Mario, the Neutrals palette, and I have the Patrick Ta Major Dimensions 3 palette. This is what the Patrick Ta looks like. It's a neutral warm eyeshadow palette. This one's the Makeup by Mario one. This one's more of a cool tone neutrals palette which is my favorite for cool tone makeup. Makeup by Mario does have a warm eyeshadow palette, so if you want a more warm palette like the Patrick Ta one, they do have a warm eyeshadow palette. So these two I definitely recommend. We're gonna play with this one today. So I did film a shorts video of the Sephora sale recommendations, and I did use the Makeup by Mario one, so just stay tuned for the shorts video so you guys can see that palette in action. Just really zooming you guys in. I'm basically gonna take all of these shades. I'm gonna start off with these two shades right here and just do an easy look, nothing crazy, and adding that into the crease. This palette is definitely the only palette that I really love from Patrick Ta. I feel like the other palettes, I haven't tried them, only their rose palette, like their rose gold palette, or like the pink palette that they have. And sadly, the shimmers did grow mold, so I was never able to play with that eyeshadow palette. Let me know if you guys experienced that, because sadly I couldn't play with that palette anymore and it was pretty expensive. That's why I just recommend this one, because this one's just an eyeshadow palette full of mattes. Maybe the mattes are fine, but once that happens, you don't feel comfortable using that palette. Very sad and disappointing, but this is the only eyeshadow palette that I 100% recommend. And it has all of your neutrals, and you can use this for any look. Like if you want to do a sultry look, a glammed up look, or something for every day, this one can literally do it for you. I always pick this one up when I want to do something glam and do a little pop of sparkle or shimmer on the lids. It's just perfect. Next up, I'm gonna go on with the next row with these two shades and just smoke that out on the outer corner. Just something simple, nothing crazy, since this is a recommendations video. And taking the dark brown from this palette and just basically creating a wing or a small wing, just basically just to add a little smokiness here. And just scratching that on the lash line, just like that. So for glitter on the eyes, I love these two highlights from Fenty Beauty. Of course, I'm obsessed with these. For the other look, I did use this one, and I'm thinking about adding the pink on the eyes. I never tried it, so why not? So I'm just gonna lightly dust the pink right in the middle. Oh, that looks so gorgeous. Just like that. I did do a Fenty full face of Fenty on my YouTube shorts and on my short form content, just in case if you're curious to see what I recommend exactly from Fenty. I did a video on that, and it gives a subtle pop, but it's so pretty. I feel like in person it just looks more prettier. Surprisingly, I've never tried this on my eyelids. I always go in with the How Many Carats, because that's just a pretty universal sparkle on the lids. But this one actually looks very beautiful on the lids. Like, look at that. Just making sure that's nicely diffused. Wow, very pretty and very wearable too. Like, you can, it's not like a punch of pink on your eyelids. It just gives this subtle pop on your lids. Okay, for mascara, I'm gonna go in with my Benefit Bad Gal mascara. This one is such a great one for lengthening, and I just love this. I feel like you can wear it on its own. But today I will pop on some lashes, so I'm going to add a little bit of this on. And you guys, just a quick little reminder, I don't think you need to splurge on mascara and anything of those products that you know they're good on the drugstore. Knowing that there's so many good options on the drugstore, I don't see it necessary, but if you're curious to know what I recommend, I like this one. Nice length on the eyes. I will go and pop on some lashes and I'll be right back. Okay guys, lashes are on. I haven't worn glued on lashes in a hot minute. I wore my Demi Wispy lashes from Ardell. Okay, let's move on with skin. So to prep the skin, I love going with a blurring primer. And two primers that I do recommend for the sale are these two. First up is the Makeup Forever. This is their pore minimizing primer, and the one on the right is the Cali Ray Soul Blown Blurring Primer. Now, I wore these yesterday together, and honestly, I did not see a difference between these two. I still have oils break down just right at the inner corner of this area of my nose. So it just depends which primer you want to pick up, or you want to try the Cali Ray one or the Makeup Forever. They're both gonna wear the same. If I were to have to nitpick it, the only difference I would say is that I saw a little bit more blurring on this one, but just like a hair. But honestly, they both look completely the same. Honestly, it's up to you which primer you want to pick up. They both will do the same job. Today, I'm just going to go in with my Cali Ray one. And I love how this one does have a scent. The Makeup Forever one doesn't have a scent, but this one does. So if you want something with no scent, I do recommend to pick up the Makeup Forever one. But this one does have a slight fruity scent. Does blur the pores, which I really do like. Like I said, they both wore the same, so I noticed at the end of the day I wasn't as shiny, just right enough on the inner corner of my nose. Such great primers. It's up to you which one you want to pick up. I recommend both because they both wear the same, so it's just, like I said, up to you. I'm gonna go in with my Hellooo Beauty color corrector. This one is the peach shade, and this is the only corrector that I own from the high end, and that I can also say I recommend, just in case if you're curious of a corrector. And to blend it out, I love using my Pro Concealer 71 brush from Sephora collection. Sephora collection is always going to have their 30% off sale, so their brushes are really good and definitely recommend for the sale. Always taking it up high here in this inner corner. That is where I experience the most darkness. Let's move on with foundation. Two foundations that I recommend are these two. This one is the Fenty Beauty Luminous Foundation, and this one is the Haus Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. Love these two. They're perfect for dry skin, and they give this beautiful luminous glow on the skin. It's not overly glowy, but it's perfect, and it just gives the perfect hydration for your skin. So honestly, these formulas are both unique on its own, but they do fall in that hydrating foundation category. So if you're curious, I definitely recommend trying a sample, just in case if you guys are curious and want to see which one you like more. But yeah, these are both my holy grails. I would definitely repurchase these two. So for the shorts video, I used the Haus Labs. So today I'm going to go in with my Fenty. They're just both amazing formulas. They give a hydrating but long wearing wear. They last a very long time on your skin. So your makeup's not separating or anything like that. It really does last all day on your skin. And they're definitely full coverage. Like, I've tried doing 2 pumps of the Fenty, and I feel like that's way too much coverage. So if you like a very light to medium coverage, just 1 pump is enough. Can definitely customize the coverage to your liking. And the one brush that I recommend for the sale, if you need something to literally do everything on your face, is this one brush. This one is the Makeup by Mario F4 brush. This one is their foundation brush, and it's a dual-sided brush. So one side is more compacted, it's more dense, and this side is more of a fluffier side, just in case if you need to pick up any excess product. This is such a great foundation brush. Mario definitely killed it when it came to this brush. I feel like picking up more during the sale because something about the way it blends in your foundation is just so flawless and smooth, and this brush does not disrupt the formula of your foundation. I feel like some brushes can make your foundation look very streaky and just not flattering on the skin. And something about this one, it's chef's kiss. Like, pick one up and you'll thank me later. Look at how that looks so skin-like and glowy, but not overly dewy. I just love these foundations. And if you guys really want a more higher end foundation, I'm talking about like luxury price, I'm definitely going to recommend my Armani foundation. That foundation has been one of my favorites for a very long time. It's perfect for any occasion. It takes photos well, which I haven't really tested honestly, but from what I can see from makeup artists, they always recommend the Armani. So if you guys really want to spend the coin and want a very luxury foundation, check out the Armani. Just wanted to recommend that for you guys in case if you really want like a luxury foundation. This is what the Fenty foundation looks like. That looks so beautiful on the skin. It looks so glowy and lively, and it's not overly dewy, which I definitely love. I feel like House Labs is a slight bit more of a satin finish, but it still gives like that glow. So yeah, love. Let's go in with cream contour and bronzer. So the only cream formulas that I love and that I've tried are these two right here. This is the Rare Beauty bronzer stick. This is the Makeup by Mario contour stick. So I love the Rare Beauty for bronzing purposes. So you can see this one does have a more warm tone or a more warm undertone. And the Makeup by Mario is more of a contour for me. So this one is definitely going to be more cool toned. So you can see the color right there. So I like to use these together, or I'll use one of the other. Today I'm just going to use it together for you guys so you guys can definitely see the difference. So that's Mario. I'll swatch the Rare Beauty one right on top. So yeah, you can definitely see Rare Beauty's more warm, Mario's more cool. So I love the Rare Beauty for warmth and Mario for contour. And to really give that lift, you go right on the hollow of your cheek or on top, just to really give that lift. And just blend and mesh those two together to really give that seamless blend. And that's how both of these products look together, so flawless. I feel like I don't need to go in with powder bronzer, but I'm extra and I'll still apply it on top. And this one is the Hellooo Beauty. This is their Face Sculpt and Shape brush. I love this one for contour and for liquid bronzer or cream bronzer. I don't know if Huda still makes this brush, but I absolutely love this one to blend cream contour and bronzer. So this is what it looks like, very nicely bronze and contour, and just applying cream products underneath powder is really going to ensure that longevity. Let's move on with blush. Two brands that I recommend for blush are these two right here. This is the Rare Beauty liquid blushes, and this is a more nude discovery for me. This is the Hellooo Beauty liquid blushes. These are their blush filters. So today I think I used Huda in the other video, so it would be fair for me to use the Rare Beauty today. These formulas are unique on their own. Today I'm going to go in with the shade Encourage. Both of these formulas are definitely different. The Rare Beauty one is way more pigmented. I'm talking about like you only need 2 dots or 1 dot of this formula and it goes a very long way. As the Huda Beauty one, that one is more beginner friendly. So no matter how many dots you apply on your cheeks, it's going to blend in a more natural way. I'm going to blend this out with the Sephora collection brush. This one is their number 47 brush. This is perfect to blend out any creams or liquids on your skin. I just go in with 2 dots and it blends out very seamlessly. But these do go on more pigmented than Huda. Huda is definitely going to be more of a beginner's friendly blush. So if you're getting into like liquid blushes or like a liquidy consistency, definitely try out the Huda one. But they're both beautiful on its own. Just depending how much you apply, I went in with 2 dots and it blended out very easily and very fast. So yeah, depending how much product you apply on your skin is how much pigmentation you will get. So for me, these are still easy to work with. Like I said, it just depends how much you apply on your skin. I love those 2 blushes. Definitely recommend for the sale. Okay, let's go in with concealer. One of my favorite parts of the makeup application. So 2 concealers that I recommend for the sale are these 2. This is one of my ride or dies, the Dior Skin Correct concealer, and this one's in the shade 2.5N, and this one is the Fenty Beauty Hydrating Concealer, and this one's in the shade 265W. So this one's a more recent discovery and I completely fell in love with this formula. It's hydrating and just gives you the right amount of coverage under your eye. This one is such a beautiful formula. Like I said, this one's my ride or die. This will not crease under your eyes. If you're going out to a party, an event, whatever it is, I promise you this applies so flawlessly under your eyes and will not crease. So I went in with this one yesterday. Sadly, I really want to use it again, but it wouldn't be fair since I used it for the short video. Today I'm just going to go in with the Fenty Beauty one. But trust me, this one is very beautiful under the eyes and I 100% recommend it. Just to like give an idea of both of these concealers, this is going to be like your everyday flawless concealer and this one's going to be like your event going out concealer. While this is drying, I want to recommend more, but I don't want to overwhelm you guys. But something about concealer is just so important to have the right formulas. So another 2 that I also recommend is the Tower 28 concealer, and this is the Hourglass one. So the Tower 28, this one's another friendly everyday hydrating concealer. The only thing is this one is a little bit more luminous, so you're gonna see a little bit of more of that luminosity under your eyes. And the Hourglass one is a more satin matte formula, so this one is definitely going to give you full coverage. You don't need a lot and it wears very beautifully under the eyes. So yeah, just another 2 just in case if you're curious and you needed more options. Here are the other 2 that I recommend. Let's blend her out. Let me know what are you guys picking up for the sale. I have so many items that I want to try out for the sale, but I also want to pick out like body products. since the summer is coming. There's a lot of good body products to try out. Like, I'm interested in the Sol de Janeiro, I hope I'm saying that right. Their body washes, I really want to try that out. I've tried their body butters, which I absolutely love. But I also want to try the Josie Moran's body butters. I've heard so many great things about that. Let me know if you guys tried that out. Let me know what you guys are picking up for the sale. Definitely getting ready for the summer. So yeah, that's what the concealer looks like from Fenty. Still looking flawless. That's why I love it's hydrating, but it just gives the right amount of coverage and brightness under your eyes. So for pressed powder under the eyes, I love my Kosas. I always like to go in with a light layer of this one under the eyes, and this one's in the shade Comfy. This one's just to set that wetness under the eye before we go in with loose powder. And again, it wouldn't be a Sephora sales recommendation video if I didn't recommend these powder puff for you guys. These are the Sephora collection. It's just their powder puffs, and these apply powder very beautifully under your eyes. Try it out and you're absolutely going to love them. So just lightly adding that light layer of powder. Nothing too heavy since we're going to go in with that loose one. So yeah, try this powder out and thank me later. Okay, let's go on with setting powder for the under eyes. I recommend these two right here. This is the Makeup by Mario Soft Blur Setting Powder, and this one's in the shade Neutral Peach. Love this one. This one gives a more natural finish under your eyes. And of course, I love my Hellooo Beauty setting powder. This is their Easy Bake, and this one's in the shade Peach Pie. If you guys found this powder too mattifying, I definitely recommend the Makeup by Mario one. It gives that beautiful blur under your eyes, but it won't feel as matte as Huda. So today I'm going to go in with Huda, of course. But I love the Makeup by Mario one. I feel like Makeup by Mario could be a beautiful everyday powder. And Huda is just that powder for special occasions. And it will keep you matte and airbrushed. Like, look at that. Stunning. Like I said, this one is more mattifying, so you can definitely see the shine completely go away as I apply it. So again, if you found it way too mattifying for your liking, I definitely recommend the Mario one. It gives still that beautiful blur without drying out your under eyes. And just applying a good amount around the nose area because that's where I tend to get more oily. And mainly focusing this powder on the T-zone. Like, that blur is insane. Absolutely obsessed like always. And that is Huda Peach Pie. So for powder foundation, I always love to build that coverage and set the outer perimeter of my skin. So these are the two powders that I recommend. Fenty Beauty Powder Foundation. This one's in the shade 300. And this one is the Sephora Collection Micro Smooth Powder. And this one's in the shade 33 Honey. So this one does give a more satin natural finish. So if you don't want to remove the glow from your skin, this one is perfect. It will set your makeup without removing that glow. The Fenty Beauty one will mattify. So if you want to completely blur out your skin, completely mattify it, this one is the way to go while giving that coverage. So today I'm going to go in with the Fenty one because I do like that full coverage finish. but I'm not going very heavy with this powder. Just going with a light amount on the skin, a light dusting. Are nice and set. This is how I achieve that porcelain skin when you want it to be completely matte, completely blurred out. These are the products that I absolutely enjoy. So let's go on with bronzer. These are the two bronzers that I recommend for the sale. So if you want that bronzy, glowy look on your skin, I definitely recommend the Kosas one. This is their Sun Show bronzer, and this one's in the shade Escape. This is what it looks like. It's more of a baked bronzer, and it gives that beautiful sun-kissed glow on the skin. Absolutely love this one, but today we're going to use Charlotte Tilbury. So this one is their airbrushed bronzer. It is very luxe, very expensive. That's why I recommend this one for the sale. And this is what it looks like. This one's in the shade 3 Tan, and it gives this beautiful airbrushed look on the cheeks. Okay, scratch that. I'm gonna go in with the Kosas one because I just realized in the other video I did use the Charlotte Tilbury one, but that one I absolutely love. But let's try this one. Of course, there's so many bronzers on the market. Like, I absolutely love my Fenty Beauty bronzer. That one is such a beautiful airbrushed bronzer. It is more natural, so it's like more of a buildable formula, but that's just another formula that I recommend. So you don't need a lot, you just need a little bit. You know what? This is perfect since I completely mattified the skin. This will bring life back into the skin, and look how it immediately bronzes up the skin while giving that glow. This formula is pigmented, like it adds pigment very easily, so just be very light-handed with this bronzer because this one is definitely a very pigmented one. But you can see it gives this nice amount of color on your skin. I'm not going too much since I feel like the Rare Beauty already provided that amount of bronze. So yeah, absolutely love. Definitely recommend now that summer's coming up. This is literally summer bronzy glowy skin in a product. Okay, let's move on with powder blushes. Now, surprisingly, I don't own a lot of powder blushes. Honestly, I haven't found another blush that I fell in love with or that I enjoy. I've just been loving these. So this one's the Rare Beauty Luminous Blush, and this is the Patrick Ta Double Take Cream and Powder Blush. Love this Rare Beauty one. It gives that color, but while also providing that glow onto your skin. So if you want more of a highlighting type of blush hybrid, this one is the way to go. If you want a blush that is just a good 2-in-1 that is not going to break the bank, I definitely recommend this one. You're definitely getting your money's worth. You're getting a cream and a powder, and this one's in the shade She's a Doll. I haven't used this one in a minute, so let's just apply it. So I have two shades. I own the She's a Doll and She's Flushed. She's Flushed is perfect for every day. This one is the She's Flushed shade. Love this one for every day. I like to go in with this one for more glam makeup. So let's go in with She's a Doll. I'm applying just a little bit and dusting it off. And this is a very beautiful pink, and I like mixing this one with the Rare Beauty one since the Patrick Ta one is more matte and the Rare Beauty is more luminous. So this one is She's a Doll, giving this nice color pink on the cheeks. I'm just gonna apply right on top the Rare Beauty one, just a dust of it, and you can definitely see that glow coming through. This is like the perfect pink glowy cheek combo. And just sweeping that into the cheeks, just like that. And just to blend it out, like make it more seamless, go in with your powder brush just to dust off any excess. So yeah, that is what the blush looks like. Beautiful and glowy and just giving you the right amount of color for your cheeks. So let's go in with highlight. Now I want to recommend something that's an all-in-one palette that you can use for any occasion and you just want something one and done and has everything in one. It's definitely this one from Dior. This is their backstage highlight, and this one's in the shade Universal. You have all of your highlight shades in one. So first you have your strobe white shade, which is this one right here, and then you have a gold, a pink, and a bronze. And I love this one for any glam that I want to apply glow, or if I want to apply an inner corner highlight. This one literally does everything for me. Usually I recommend the Fenty ones, but there are other ones, the ones that are like half and they come with two different formulas. Definitely recommend that formula. This one is more of a glitter scatter type of effect, so if you don't want nothing glittery, try the ones that are like that have like the two type formulas. Yeah, this one is a favorite. I'm just gonna apply the pink one just to show you guys. So grabbing that pink and applying it on the cheeks. And this palette is definitely, like it says at its name, universal. It has everything in one palette. And it gives this gorgeous glow, not accentuating any texture. Just like that. And it's so gorgeous. I'm going to apply some on the inner corner. So I like to take the brighter shade for the inner corner. And it definitely makes your eyes pop. And applying whatever's left on the nose. So yeah, definitely love this formula. I feel like if you pick this highlighting palette, you will not regret it. You have everything in one and the formula's so beautiful. So yeah, definitely recommend this one. Okay, so I just applied some eyeshadow on my lower lash line, just the same shades from the Patrick Ta eyeshadow palette. So I wanted to recommend these eye pencils if you guys are looking for a versatile pencil. These are the Makeup Forever one. These are their artist pencils and you can use them on the eyes or on the lips. So I'm going to go in today with Limitless Brown on the waterline. And these are perfect. You can still use these on your lips as lip liner. But today I'm going to use it on my waterline. They're very easy and creamy. And they apply very smoothly in the waterline. Okay, I'm going to go in with Bottom Mascara. Okay guys, before we move on into lips, this is the last eyeshadow palette I want to recommend you guys. This is the Hellooo Beauty. This is their Icy Nude eyeshadow palette. And this one is the last eyeshadow palette that Hellooo Beauty is coming out. So now that the sale's here, I hope it's still available. Try to pick it up because this one is a beautiful palette. These are what the shades look like. It is limited edition. Again, I don't know if it's still available, but if it is, make sure you pick it up because it is a gorgeous palette and it's the last palette that Huda is coming out with, as so what she says. So yeah, definitely wanted to mention that. Okay, so I just checked on the Sephora website and it's still available. So just in case, if you guys are interested in that palette, pick it up. It's still available. Definitely recommend that one. Moving on into lips, two lip liners that I recommend for the sale are these two right here. This is the Anastasia lip liner and this is the Fenty Beauty Traced Out lip liner. I have two shades on the Anastasia one. I love the shade Mall and Chai, and this one from the Fenty Beauty one is the shade Extra Thai. This one is more cool tone. I'm gonna go in with Fenty Beauty today since it goes more with the look. So both of those lip liners are definitely going to last. Love both of those formulas because they are very long wearing. They won't move and they won't budge, especially the Fenty Beauty one. Again, both of those formulas It won't move. Once you apply it, it's gonna dry down, and that's where it's gonna stay all day. So going in with Fenty. I will say the difference between both of these formulas, the Fenty one is definitely more creamy, as in the Anastasia one is definitely going to be more of a drier formula. And that is Fenty Beauty. So yeah, definitely recommend these two formulas for the sale. Now for liquid lipsticks or glossy lipsticks, I recommend these two right here. The first one, this is the Fenty Beauty. This is their Gloss Bomb Sticks. These are the Anastasia. This is their Velvet Mousse liquid lipsticks. So love these two. They both provide different finishes. So if you want a lip velvet, I definitely recommend this one. These are more matte. Or if you want something on the go that's glossy but will still give that color payoff on your lips, I definitely recommend these. So I want to do a whole lip combo, so I'm going to go in with the Anastasia. I'm going to take the shade Peachy Nude, definitely going to give that nude lip. And with these, they're very pigmented. You don't need a lot. Just right at the center, and going in with any brush that you have, especially with a flat brush, and just blending that out. So yeah, this is a very nude lip, so definitely recommend going back with your lip liner just to reinforce that lip line. Very beautiful. It gives that very pouty full coverage lip while giving that nice pretty nude color. I could wear this on its own, but I will apply a gloss. So two of the glosses that I recommend, which is a no-brainer, are these two right here. This is the Hellooo Beauty Full Filler Gloss. This one is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb Lip Gloss. Love these two formulas. They're my favorite. These are my holy grails. I absolutely love these. So today I'm going to apply the Hellooo Beauty one, and this one's in the shade Ooh Baby. Been loving this one for that baby pink lip. And these will give you high shine on your lips. And you don't need a lot, you just need a little bit on the center for that high shine. Ooh, love that. And we're almost done, you guys. The last step for this sale recommendations is setting spray. These two that I recommend are going to provide different purposes. So these are the two. We have the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Setting Spray, and we have the One Size Until Dawn Setting Spray. So now you guys know these two are completely different setting sprays. One is to help just melt down the makeup on your skin, just give that more glow and just melt down those powders on your skin, while this one is going to completely lock it down. Just think of this one as hairspray. You want to lock down the curls on your hair. This one's basically that before your makeup. So what I would do is I'll go in first with the Charlotte Tilbury one, and this one just to lock it down. So let's do that today. Let's go in with Charlotte Tilbury. Let that dry for a minute and then lock it down with the One Size. You don't want to go right away. You want to make sure that the first one is completely dried down. Okay, now we can go in with One Size. And be very careful when you apply this one. Make sure you hold your breath and you close your eyes, because this one is very strong. You don't want to have your eyes open while applying this. Just be very careful and do a quick spray on the skin. And just like that, we're locked in and makeup is done. Okay guys, this is the final glam of today's look. This is how the glam turned out with all of my Sephora favorites. Let me know what you guys are going to be shopping for the sale. Honestly, every single time the Sephora sale comes, I'm utterly excited because I get to pick up new products and it's just very exciting. Such an exciting time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys pick up any of these recommendations that I recommended. They're holy grails for me that I absolutely love and that I've tried for a very long time, so I know that they are complete favorites. Let me know what you guys want to see from me next. Let me know what you guys are interested in seeing. If you're new here, welcome. I'm happy to have you guys here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.